Hello, my name is Mark and I'm a Senior Lecturer in Biomedical Science at Nottingham Trent University. I'm also this year's winner of the Science Council CPD Awards in the Chartered Scientist Professional Registration category. Here's my certificate and here's my award. In addition to being a Chartered Scientist, I'm a Registered Biomedical Scientist, Fellow of the Institute of Biomedical Science and Fellow of the Higher Education Academy. With 22 years service in the NHS Pathology Services, I'm using the scientific, technical and managerial skills I've gained over this time to educate the next generation of healthcare scientists. Well, as an international member of the American Society of Clinical Laboratory Sciences, myself and a colleague were very fortunate to be able to attend their 3-day Clinical Laboratory Educators Conference in Orlando, Florida. This was shortly before the first lockdown. You may think that the best thing about this was the time I got to spend somewhere sunny at the end of what was a very cold February in the UK. Whilst I can't deny that it was a welcome break from the long nights of a UK winter, it's not what I enjoyed the most. What I really enjoyed, being new to academia myself at this point, was the opportunity to talk to fellow educators about the strategies for teaching laboratory science to the next generation of professionals. I was able to use some of the techniques they use with my students back in Nottingham. Whilst the Americans have far different healthcare and education systems, and the training of laboratory staff is completely different to the registration of biomedical scientists in the UK, it was interesting to see that they are experiencing the same systemic issues of funding, resource, staffing and dwindling number of laboratories for practical training that we are also facing here in the UK. What I found is that my CPD and professional journey are very cyclical, with a CPD activity in one part of my portfolio impacting the others. I find that the work and CPD I've done in the past whilst employed in the NHS microbiology labs enhances the quality of teaching I can give to undergraduates. I'm able to provide the students with real life experiences of what it's like to work in a busy pathology lab. Conversely, the CPD that I have done on education and pedagogy, whilst helping me develop my new career as an educator, is informing my role within the Institute of Biomedical Science, especially in the Specialist Advisory Panel and Education Department. This, in turn, feeds back into the work done in the labs through the use of national standard methods, the registration portfolio and high specialist diploma. Well, the main challenge, especially when I first started logging my CPD, was finding the time to do it all. This is why one of my biggest tips in regard to CPD is to do it little and often, setting yourselves time throughout the year to dedicate to updating your CPD record. I now do this at least once a month, and this is reminded by the appearance of my wage slip. It really saves a lot of time in the long run. For example, I had to fill in a CPD form as evidence to Ofsted that I'm undertaking continual professional development that informs the quality of my teaching. After a couple of hours work, I'd got the last 5 years of my CPD into the Ofsted template, resulting in a 103-page CPD report. This would have taken days, if not weeks, to do if I had not kept on top of my CPD record. Well, I was informed by my professional support service manager of the Institute of Biomedical Science that I had been selected for the annual Chartered Scientist CPD review. I duly completed the audit forms and sent them back before the December deadline. In January this year, I was informed that I had met all of the standards required by the audit. The feedback I got from the auditors included their recommendation that I should self-nominate for the awards, hence my application. This has not only been an interesting thing to do for me, in my own point of view, but if I can signpost others to better ways of undertaking their CPD, then my self-application to the awards is also helping others in their own CPD journey. Since leaving the lab for academia, my CPD has been very pedagogically focused in order that I can become the best lecturer I can. Now I started to bring more scientific CPD back into my portfolio. Keeping the mix of CPD activities varied is key to a balanced portfolio of learning. Also, in all of my CPD, I now ask myself, how is this relevant to my current or future practice? How does it contribute to my professional practice and the service I deliver? And how does my CPD benefit the users of my work?